Let's just
I'll
see
get
this
plus-
thing over.
We're moving around.
It's
over
common
here.
sense, Mike. I know you can understand it.
By the third drive, it's going to be 14-0. That's the stupidest thing I've ever...
You said Good evening, degenerates, and welcome back to another episode of Degen Hours. We are here and we are gambling, and some of us are kind of hot right now.
Yeah.
We got some people over 60% on their cards. We got a Mortal Lock parlay that hasn't hit yet, but is primed to hit because of a reason that we'll tell you later. Maybe someone is relegated, perhaps. You may notice the setup's a little different this week. We had some temporary technical difficulties, as you would know if you listened to the Wednesday episode. We are going to be posting these Wednesday recaps, talking about everything that happened last week and making picks for the Thursday night game. So if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead, watch that Wednesday video. We talked about some spicy topics, maybe a little, is Joe Burrow too overrated? And we talked a little Colorado football, Shedeur Sanders putting up the watch and all that. So go ahead and check that video out. We're going to be doing this every week now, posting Wednesdays with the recaps and Fridays with the podcast.
Yes, sir.
But we are here. Audio issues aside, we couldn't skip a week. Had to keep the show rolling. The show must go on.
It's personal.
The wheels go round.
It's
and round.
personal.
It's personal.
Let's get into it.
Bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, people say there is no such thing as a free lunch. Well, we've changed all that. And we're here to give you a lot more than some stupid sandwiches.
The Subscribers Picks Parlay is a brand new way for you guys, the viewers, to have a chance at a free roll of all of our bets. Now, as gamblers, I know there's literally nothing better than a free roll. And that's what we intend to do by spending our money to give you guys a chance to win up to $1,500 for free every single week.
Here's how it works. At the end of each show during football season, we are going to be giving out our best bets of the week against the spread. These are known as our Mortal Locks. After everyone's given out their pick, we are going to be calculating live on the show how much a $50 bet would pay on the 5-way Mortal Lock parlay. Typically, this is going to pay out over $1,200. If all 5 of those bets hit this week, we are going to be giving away 100% of the winnings to one lucky person at no cost to you, the viewer, at all.
And all you have to do to have a chance at winning the Subscriber Picks Parlay is like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Us here at the pod appreciate any support we get on our videos. We can't wait for the week where we get to give away over $1,000 to one loyal subscriber. So if the parlay hits this week, we'll select one winner from our subscriber pool and announce that winner first thing in next week's episode.
We are locked in, boys. I can feel it. College football, NFL football is finally here, and we're going to hit that parlay multiple times this year, and you can get on the action and sweat it out with us right now. Now, there's a few ways you can do that. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh yeah, baby. Share with a friend, and you're going to win some money this year with us too.
Last week was as eventful as it could have been. We actually had a pretty good week on our cards. At least some of us did.
Yeah.
Depends on which side.
I want to go ahead and recap all of these picks, starting with Tate. Tate, last week you had one hell of a week. I mean, this was pretty good overall. We had you at 6-5 in college football.
Yep.
3-2-1 in the NFL.
Yep.
For a total record overall, 24-21-3,
Yeah,
53%.
The 3 is crazy.
You're at the 50% mark for the year at college, and you're at 64% for NFL. I mean, you're giving out winners.
I'm giving out winners, yeah.
W's.
What do you?
A lot of
how'd
winners.
you feel about your card last week?
No, my card's just been super solid every week, but, like, our game of the years are kind of,
Well,
Not.
we need to throw shots at me this early. We're
Well,
gonna.
I mean, like, the card was really good, but, you can't, when you got...
When he doubles down on other people's
doubles
picks,
down,
mortals,
yeah.
we all
That's
get...
actually great.
The problem is the card's good. Is where the picks matter, I'm awful.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Mortal Parlay in just a second after we talk about everyone's
But
cards.
man, it feels good to be above 50%.
You're above 50%.
Hey!
You're above 50%. Ryan, speaking of someone who's above 50%.
Oh, Ryan's pretty
Oh,
yeah.
6-4
That's not
in
easy.
college, 3-1-1 in NFL, 27, 16, and 1.
Give me that percentage,
Overall.
baby.
63%
I
on
mean,
the
you will not get better.
That's insane.
Literally anywhere. I
Hit
promise
anywhere.
you that.
Your NFL percentage?
That deserves
I've
a
lost one game.
subscribe.
I've lost one game in NFL.
Your NFL percentage? 89%.
One game.
That's
I mean,
Clock.
who is giving out 89% picks for free?
No, I'm
No,
not even
no.
professional handicappers.
No, it's
give
not.
up.
No,
It's
it's
free.
crazy.
I'm giving it to you free.
It's so good.
Come on.
My card last week, actually pretty good, but we're going to talk about the whole debacle with the game of the year. But just on the picks, 5-3 college, 3-2 NFL, 62% on picks for the week, which unfortunately is under the 66% I promised. I told you if I was under 66%, I'd give you all my picks for the rest of the year for free. So you're going to be getting every pick I make on the show completely free.
Yep.
My overall percentage is 21 and 20. So we're back. We're above 500.
There you go. It's just how
We are 51% on the year, and I'm feeling pretty solid. We had a couple spots that we missed, but back above 50%. We're in the money, and like I said, we'll talk about the morals in a minute. Michael, college continues to be just strong.
awful.
2 and 4 on the week in college.
Yeah.
For a 33% overall in the season college total.
Yeah.
That is not.
That's
Yeah, it's awful.
that is so impressively bad.
Fade
Like,
Mike in college is bad. If you tail Ryan's picks and you fade Mike's picks,
you're literally a billion.
then you just
Yeah.
you can make rent every week.
Every
Quit your job.
every week.
Quit your job.
Every single week.
You could make
This
it.
isn't financial advice or gambling advice, but quit your job.
We joke about my college percentage, but let's hear my NFL.
3 and 1 for the week at NFL. Your percentage in NFL, 88%.
Wow.
Mike and
Wow.
Ryan, yeah.
That's elite.
Come on.
NFL,
or
come on.
NFL, you're getting 8.
I'm much better in the
Yeah.
game that I.
We talked last week about would Mike get above 500. You are 14 and 15.
Wow.
48%. You're not above 500 yet.
So close though. I'm
so
We're waiting. We're
college,
waiting.
college is dragging you down. So I'm assuming this week you have very few college games and a lot of.
I have way more
This
college games
card's-
than I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, that tracks well.
Which means you guys are going to have some great picks this week.
Bang!
Speaking of not knowing how to pick college games, Mario, 1 and 6 on
Wow.
week 3 college.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was rough.
Your overall is now 37% for college.
Yeah.
You're 2-1 and 1 for NFL. For 43% overall NFL.
Woo!
Your overall percentage, your record 13, 21, and 1 for a 38% overall.
Yeah.
By far the worst in the group. It's not close.
Fade Mario.
Well, until this week.
Ooh.
I'm bringing it back.
Making any promises
See what?
to our viewers? Any percentages?
That also sounds like something
In
the
two,
fade god would
in
say.
2 weeks, if I'm not above 500, then I will join Tyler. I'll be giving out all my picks.
Wow, we have 2 people
Wow.
for free. You guys can get free
Wow.
picks.
Yeah.
That's huge.
What
So,
does this joke mean?
what joke are you
What do
talking
you
about?
joke?
We're going to be giving out all of
I
our
know.
picks for free.
We don't. Okay. All right.
I don't know what you're not understanding.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's pretty linear.
English is the second language.
Yeah, it's the cards. So we go like we're really strong, around 500, just below 500, and then just hanging out over there.
Yeah.
Those graphs where it's kind of like here and then
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah. I think I'm gonna refocus this week though.
Okay.
I've been focusing a lot on the mortals,
Revamp.
I like
and
that.
now I'm gonna spread that.
Well, I want
focus.
to go ahead and talk about something you are pretty focused on. Our upset picks. These are our best picks on the show.
We could be winning you so much.
I've been saying this for 3 weeks now. If you only bet our upsets and just bet them like 1 unit per everyone's play, you are printing. Just, yeah, as a group, we're absolutely locked in. Every person is either up units or even besides me. So Tate, quickly to recap, has now hit back-to-back upsets. Let's go, Tate! At plus 165. Missouri over Kansas State. You're now up 2.2 units since we've started 3 weeks ago.
There we go,
So,
Tate.
absolutely fire.
Free.
Ryan beat his plus 200 upset. Seahawks over the Lions.
Boy, kid.
You're now exactly even on the year. You
all I
lost your
needed.
first 2, plus 200.
All I needed.
Exactly
Boy.
even. I have bricked yet again. 0 for 3 on upsets, but this week's upset is better than a mortal lock. Houston did not beat TCU, so we don't even need to talk about it. Mike, back-to-back upsets as well. This is big. He's now at 1.9 units thanks to Bengals plus 165.
Oh yeah.
Mario did not hit his upset with Michigan State over Washington.
Nope.
But you continue to be up by far the most. You're at 4.65 units on the year.
Colorado, baby.
Shout out Colorado.
Shout out. It's personal.
It's personal.
This week it's personal.
Ooh,
Shout out Colorado.
Yeah.
Shout out Colorado. Week 1 over TCU. And now we can talk about the mortals. Our mortal parlay did not hit. It was once again
No.
1 for 4 or 1 and 4. So 1 win.
Oh Lord.
We can quickly recap. Mario, Giants -5.
Yeah, they played how I thought they would, but only in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the part where I didn't anticipate. I didn't think for 3 quarters they went with the game plan of make Josh Dobbs look like a Hall of Famer.
But you probably should have known that.
I should have known that.
Yeah, that's
It's in the script. It's so obvious.
Are the Cardinals better than we thought?
no.
Do you think they compete in these games? I thought they would be getting blown out pretty often.
No, they're just playing really bad teams that like people overhyped and thought were stronger than what they were, but they're actually in the same category.
No, I love
as the
that. I
Cardinals.
love that.
Yeah, I love that.
I love
And so the Cardinals are
saying
not.
the Giants are terrible.
Giants fair.
We talked
Put it on my card.
We talked all about the Giants in the video we posted on Wednesday. So, like we said, if you haven't seen that, go see it. Mario's now 3-1 on Mortal Locks.
That's great.
Giants without Saquon to finish that off.
Shut up. All right.
Yeah, we've talked enough about the Giants. Mike, hit the Mortal. Cowboys Jets over 39.5.
Half a point.
They scored 40 points.
Hey,
So
but still hit.
it
What's the win?
it saved us from going 0-5. Mike now 2-2 on the year with Mortals. I had a game of the year.
Oh yeah. Oh, let's talk about that.
He had a game.
Let's do it.
Did he actually ever have a game of the
He
year?
said the word.
Let's give Tyler the floor because this
Okay,
was
yep.
a mortgage of quite a few houses.
Yeah, no, this was an all-in play. It was Wake Forest minus 13.5 against Old Dominion.
Yep.
This was one of the most painful games I've ever watched in my life.
I did.
I mean, this was...
Take us through it. You know what?
They started that game...
How are you feeling before the game?
Before the game, I was more confident than ever.
More confident than ever.
I actually still think it's a good bet. And and let me tell you why.
Okay.
Old Dominion, one of the higher scoring teams in college football, they scored 1 offensive touchdown that game against Wake Forest.
Yep.
They scored 2 defensive touchdowns.
Yep.
1 extremely ill-advised pick 6 around midfield. The other touchdown, Wake Forest was on the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal, and the quarterback tries to make a play, fumbles it, 95-yard return touchdown.
To the house. Yep.
So if that one play doesn't happen, I'm not one of those guys that likes to pick and choose. It was obviously a loser of a bet.
Yeah.
But that one play doesn't happen. It's at least a 10-point swing. They at least get a field goal. If not a 14-point swing, they won by 4 points. So regardless, either way you look at it, it's outside the number that it would have covered. But it was brutal because the offense wasn't moving the ball. The defense is playing great, but yeah, it was brutal. I actually ended up not down as bad as I should have been, though. I live bet the absolute crap out of Wake Forest plus 400 when they were down 17-7.
That's good. That's a
And-
good life hit.
Yeah, it was.
Get some of the coin back.
Got a lot of the coin back.
Got a few houses back.
Yeah, so
Didn't lose all of them.
I'm very upset about the game of the year. I take all my game of the years very seriously. I see what another game of the year I have lined up for week 8, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Yeah, the Mortals, I'm 1-3. I'm on relegation watch.
Same.
Ryan also on relegation watch.
Totally on relegation.
Your Mortal, Oregon State at SDSU over 49, missed by 14 points. There was only 35 scored. You're now 1-3 on Mortals.
Yeah, me to think DJ was going to save me, it was a wild.
I told you.
I mean, well, the game, they missed 3 field goals. I knew in the first half when they missed 2 field goals, I was like, you feel it. It was like
You just feel it coming.
It was 2 chip shots, and then they went interception on 3 straight possessions. It's like they would drive 50 yards, throw a pick, drive back 50 yards. I was like, you know what?
It's not your day.
It's not it. But I need to bounce back. Seriously,
No, you need
this
to
is
bounce
bad.
back, 'cause
I've never been
DJ
this bad at Mortals. in my life.
Never rely on DJ. He's like the Avatar. When you need him most, he vanishes.
No, yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, Ryan and I both on relegation watch, which means if we lose 3 Mortals in a row, we are kicked out of the parlay
You become
for
team.
next week.
For a week.
Someone who is now relegated.
Yep. 3 weeks in a row.
Tate Curran, 3 straight losses on Mortals, 1-3 on the season. Broncos minus 3.5.
Bye.
It looks so sweet.
Bye.
What were they up? 21-3 at halftime?
Lost outright to the Commanders.
Oh my gosh.
Because Russell Wilson's bad. Why would you ever put your
That's one of the worst.
like why?
That's a terrible beat, Tate. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To get relegated like that too, that was.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
How do you?
I mean, it was just like-
talk us through what you're feeling. You're relegated. You're
I mean, at
you're no longer
halftime,
in the parlay.
at halftime, you must be loving it.
Well, you know what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna hit my moral like easily this week. It's not even gonna be close. Everyone's gonna be like, you gotta be kidding.
Well, you'll still give a pick because the way relegation works is that you are kicked out of the parlay until you hit a pick to get back in.
Yeah.
So Ryan and I have both lost 2 in a row. If we lose next week, whoever loses is out. If Tate loses next week and Ryan and I lose, the parlay for the next week will be Mike and Mario.
Why do I feel like we're gonna hit a 4-leg?
Well, I mean, yeah, our parlay this week.
I'm like pretty sure.
The parlay this week is 4 legs, so you guys have a better chance of hitting. Pays a little less, but blame Tate for that. But needless to say, we have
Our
picks.
chance.
We have
So then thank me for that.
I was gonna say, but we have picks this
Because
week,
I'm cold.
and our
Ice
picks,
cold.
Cold as ice.
our picks this week
Yeah.
are gonna be focused around college football.
Yeah.
Because this might be one of the best college football weeks of the entire year. NFL, we will cover a little bit in our cards, and we'll make NFL picks. But I want to go through every single massive game there is in college, and there's a lot of them. So
Oh yeah.
without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. This college week has me unbelievably excited. I mean, we have the most ranked games I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Besides bowl week, this is
Early in
like
the
bowl week
season, yeah.
2.0.
Bowl week, championship week, I think these matchups might honestly end up being better than championship week.
Yeah.
Because we have insane games to cover. We have 7 games I want to talk about before we get to the card. So we're going to dive into college head first. If you're a college football bettor, you're going to love this. And if you're not, listen in, because
This week
you're gonna
be
You're gonna love it.
This
Don't
week
make
will
money.
turn you into a college football fan. If you sit down Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you're going to be in love with what's going on. And I want to start at home, a place that I will be this week.
Wow.
Florida State is coming to Clemson.
That's fact.
FSU -2, over under 56. And I want to go ahead and start this one.
Yeah, you can. That's fair.
Oh yeah.
The floor is yours.
I completely was off Clemson after the week 1 debacle
Yeah.
at Duke, against Duke. We were away. It was the first game of the year. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see this Garrett Riley offense. If you guys have been watching the show or paying attention or not living under a rock, you would know we got dismantled by Riley Leonard and company at Duke. It was brutal, and I was so upset with Clemson that I took down the flag that was up here.
Yeah.
We replaced it with a UCLA flag. I told myself I would never be back on Clemson for the year.
Yeah.
That lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I've looked at this line, I've flipped it around, I've rubbed it down. There's nothing I like more than Clemson +2. This might be the easiest bet you will ever make in your entire life.
Are they still undefeated at home?
Clemson hasn't. No, we lost to South Carolina last game of the year at home, but we lost by 1 point. It was a ridiculous game. Don't bring it up. DJ just absolutely just gave it to us.
Yeah.
But
Avatar game.
Clemson at home. Yeah, no, DJ he's a special guy.
Yeah.
But Clemson at home as an underdog literally never loses. We are over 95% as home underdogs in the last 20 years at home against the spread. Most ridiculous thing of all time. I'm back on Clemson. The flag will be back.
Jesus Christ.
Tigers
Oh, God.
+2, all in. I'm going to be at the game. I'm coming to you against Florida State in Clemson. We are going to win this game. 2 touchdowns outright. K. Klubnik, Heisman. Will Shipley, Heisman. First rounder. Garrett Riley, offensive coordinator of the year. Dabo brought in a new kicker. I don't know if you saw this. RG3, our freshman kicker, so bad, he called a guy, didn't know he had eligibility left. He's on online masters, starts his job in 2 weeks in New York. Gave him a call down in Charleston, says, can you still kick? Says, I haven't kicked since April. They brought him on the field, went 7 for 9. Now he's starting next week against Florida State. Absolutely electric. We are ready to go. We are ready to roll. I have never seen anything I've been so confident in. Clemson +2. Clemson +2.
No bias.
Clemson +2. Sorry. Tate, go ahead. How do you feel about this game?
that makes me laugh.
Wow. After that performance over there, I guess we'll call it a performance.
It's a pick.
Oh, something.
Yeah. I think this game, what happened last week to FSU against Boston College? They were like,
Red bandana game. Yeah.
That's
like Appalachian
okay.
State, North Carolina.
yeah, fair enough. I mean, but it was like Boston College had a chance to win that game.
They
that
could've
was
won.
actually
They
kind of
probably
crazy.
could have won them to win, to be honest.
Oh, Sam.
This game is so tough because wow, I mean Jordan Travis was legit week 1, and I think I'm gonna go with Clemson as the underdog.
Give me some, baby. Come on, baby. Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go ahead.
I'm going with the
Yeah,
Tigers.
Mike-
They're what like they've only lost 1 home game in the last 20 years.
We will. It's impossible.
ACC.
I ran the numbers. It is impossible to lose this game.
Mike fist bumping Tate.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Are you riding? Are you
I like
riding?
the Tigers energy?
I'm in person. I'm sitting next to Townsend. We're low to the field. You don't think I'm gonna be in these guys' head? Jordan Travis is not gonna know him.
So speaking really quickly on last week, because I think last week has a giant say into why this number is this number. First of all, it's all part of the script, right? Like Vegas and college football, they know exactly how everything is going to work out.
Yeah.
FSU they couldn't lose to Boston College. If they lost, Clemson would have had to be favored at home. And they didn't want that. That wasn't in the storybook. This is a trap line. This is the trappiest line. People think, oh yeah, Jordan Travis, we saw him week 1. He's amazing. He's going to just absolutely dismantle this team that we saw Clemson on the biggest national stage just get embarrassed in front of everybody. They look like a shit program. Like, just absolutely terrible. Just an embarrassment, just the worst of all time. Dabo should have been executed. But regardless, regard me. Home underdog. Home underdog, Clemson. They don't lose at home. Bing, bang, boom. Zip, zing, zap. Clemson +2. Bang.
All right, Mario,
Bang.
how you feel?
And I'm just gonna give you this now.
So this line, when I first looked at it, immediately I thought trap line.
Yeah.
Trap line, trap line, trap line. I had Trap Queen by Fetty Wap playing. I was like, there's no way it has to be Clemson +2. But then I thought about it. And I've unfortunately watched Clemson every week because of a certain someone 2 seats to my right.
Amen.
I've seen Cade Klubnik play quarterback.
100 points
He's terrible.
last 6 quarters.
He's
100
terrible.
points last 6 quarters.
And I've seen Jordan Travis in Florida State play. There's just no logical way my mind can comprehend Clemson winning this game. And -2, like if it was 3.5, I might consider maybe like Florida State tough game, field goal for the win.
It's inside of football.
-2, I'm going to absolutely nuke Florida State. Florida State, I can't get away. Maybe it's a trap. I'm falling in head first. Florida State -2. -2. Oppenheimer nuke -2.
Public is 95% on FSU, bro.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it is.
80% of the
It's-
bets, 90% of the money, FSU.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh,
This
right.
is the trappiest line.
Ryan, you have
Such trap.
It's not even about a trap. It's more of the logic of like every single player on the field being better than every single player on the other side. So like, the only person they have is Will Shipley. That might be better than Trey Benson. I'll give you that. Everything else,
But they don't even use Will Shipley. They use Moffa.
that's what I'm saying. I understand it's at home and all this crap. Like also in the years that you're regarding, Clemson was just the best. They were a dynasty.
I went 2 decades back. Clemson was not good in the beginning of the 2000s. We were not very
But I'm
good.
saying ACC wasn't good in general. Only good team that come
In
out
the early 2000s? I don't know. Florida State and Miami were kind of beasts.
Miami
Florida State
was
good.
good.
Miami, Florida State.
Florida State had 1 year with Clemson, but
Yeah.
regardless, I just don't. This is just easy. I mean, they're. I think Florida State might have the best front 6 on defense in the entire country. Their rotation in that front 4 rushing, Cade can't make a single decision. Like he can't look on one side and switch his idea. Like this is going to be it's going to be like the Cowboys facing the Giants. Like they're going to be all over him all game, and these wide receivers for Clemson are horrible. They're not good.
Yeah.
It's the worst year they've ever had.
They're not good.
In my life watching Clemson. And nothing they have is going to beat Florida State. There's no advantage.
I don't know.
There may be coaching, but Dabo's looked the worst he's looked I've ever watching him coach. So like when I'm thinking it, I just think there's nothing better they have. So why would I take that logic out and not bet the better team, better coach, better quarterback, better wide receivers, better defense?
The only thing I would counter there, I think public betting on the number tells you a lot about which way. Yeah, obviously if it's even like 80-90% games, they can go either way. But I feel like usually they don't pan out. One thing I do want to mention though, like the Duke game, we got slapped around. We didn't play good teams the last 2 weeks. So like you can play well against bad teams. The last 6 quarters of football, we've scored 100 points and our defense has looked unbelievable. Our corners are playing out of this world.
How did you start that sentence?
What do you mean?
We haven't played good teams the last 2 weeks.
No, but they look good doing it. Like they looked like they were like shocked. They look like they're finally week 1. They finally look like they're into a groove. And I think this is Clemson's season. Like I don't want to drag on and make this whole thing about Clemson, but this is literally their season. Like if they lose this game, they are not going to be ranked the rest of the year.
Oh,
It's a perfect segue. I was going to say, can we ban Clemson from any bet if they lose this game? Because you said you were done with Clemson for the year. We don't believe you.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just because you told us that.
That's like losing a game of the year saying I can't get another game of the year.
No.
That's
This
crazy.
is just for Clemson because you told us.
No. I said I was off Clemson, but no, this is all I'm saying. Florida State, if they lose this game, will still likely make the ACC championship. Very likely. Clemson, if they lose this game, will not make the ACC championship. Their season is over. There's going to be a hell of a lot of recruits at the game. It is going to be. This is their championship. So I think Maybe I'm just biased, but I think they're going to be ready to play at home.
Just Cade. What is Cade? Like, just Cade doesn't.
We'll see.
Empires eventually fall. So.
Yeah.
And if anything, Michael or Mario would root against that team always.
Yeah.
Also, don't discount the atmosphere at Clemson.
I literally bet this preseason. I said I'm 100% taking Clemson to win this game.
Yeah.
Then I watched the games go.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Clemson was a really talented, like a top 6 football team in the nation.
So
and
they're not.
Spread is this close.
No, it's not.
Because it's what you just said.
Well, I think it literally gives you 5 to 7 points. If this is in Florida State, it's probably like an 8 or 9 spread.
Correct.
I think
I think Mario's statement about the 3.5 is the smartest thing in the whole world. Because it's 2.5, I don't think Florida State loses. It's a football number for 3 or 2, whatever.
Yeah, even.
Yeah.
I just love that bet. But
yeah. All right. So we know where we all stand. In case you guys didn't hear it the first time, Clemson. Next game, massive game. I mean, we haven't seen Colorado play a team yet that's actually good.
Yeah.
I mean, they went to double overtime against Colorado State.
TCU was ranked.
People are acting like Colorado State's like some big rivalry game, bro. Colorado State is awful.
They're not
like,
a football team.
Worse than Colorado. That's
They are awful. Colorado at Oregon. Oregon minus 21, over under 71. Mario, how do you feel about this game? You've been on Colorado all season long.
Yeah. This is tough because they don't have Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter makes a big difference on offense for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think defense, obviously he helps, but I think regardless if Travis Hunter was playing or not, Oregon's going to put up points no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, the over-under number is crazy high.
Crazy high.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a ton of Oregon. I've tuned in here and there. I don't know how great their defense is. But Shedeur Sanders, I will say this. Obviously, the hype is crazy. Like, he's a top 2-3 Heisman. That's a little bit much. But he is, without a doubt, like a top 6 quarterback. The way he's played through the first 3 weeks.
Oh, totally. No, it's like
He's been
unbelievable.
He's been unbelievable. That 98-yard drive, like, that was clutch. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, he's a good quarterback. They have some weapons. Oregon's gonna for sure win the game.
Dismantle.
But I think the whole year, dude, I might just ride Colorado.
Win or lose.
I like it. I respect that.
Just because they were the big upset for me.
I like it.
So I know it's without Travis Hunter, it's looking a little bleak, but give me Colorado plus 21, and I also do like the over.
Okay. Colorado and the over.
Yeah.
Mr. Yoon.
I hear you. I completely hear you.
Well, it's Oregon minus 21, you know.
Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
yes, like you said, I'm the biggest villain, I guess, because
You're not a villain.
I just can't wait to watch Bo Nix literally deflate like a giant mass of humans. Like, they're all so happy and like seems so warm and fuzzy and like a nice group, but
Pop.
you know, yeah, just absolutely
Like a
burst their
balloon,
bubble. Just they have like, let's say 10,000 fans right now. That number is going down to like 2,000. Mario's probably going to be.
No, that works.
Like, I mean,
I think they have a little more than 10,000 fans right now. They might
regarding me, they're awful.
Such a bar.
It's literally the best.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, the way I see it, because Colorado doesn't have Travis Hunter, I don't think they're going to score. I don't think Shedeur Sanders is anything that people talk about him to be. I'm taking the under of 71, and I'm taking Oregon alt spread minus like 24.
That's not even a big alt spread.
Okay,
That's 21.
I'm sorry.
What are you trying to bet?
Oregon minus 34.
Mike's trying to bet a minus
Okay,
24.
minus 34.
Minus
34.
We've heard a lot about Colorado and Oregon. We talked about them a bit in the Wednesday episode as well. Interesting betting split. The only thing I wanted to talk about, 62% of the bets are on Colorado,
I love that.
but over 68% of the money is on Oregon. So it seems like you're getting high frequency bets from smaller bettors, aka the public.
Yeah,
Colorado is going to be at every game, but a lot of bigger money coming in on Oregon here. I thought I'd love this line a lot more than I do, but I started loving it, and then hearing all the Michael hate has made me not love it as much.
I love that.
But yeah, I'm still going to go Oregon minus 21 and the under as well.
Under.
Bang, baby. Bang.
I'm gonna hammer the over.
Yeah, I love the over.
Oregon is scoring, I'm pretty sure, like 63 points a game.
Yeah.
This is just going to be a murder. They put up like 70 the first week, 55 last week. I mean, it's just been absurd. I think Colorado's defense is atrocious.
Yeah.
They're like a D2 defense. Like, it's bad.
Especially without Travis.
Oh, yeah, with Travis Hunter, they're like below average,
Yeah.
and he's just a god among like
He'll make like an insane
yeah.
interception.
So, but I'm saying now they're absolute trash. I think so. Oregon's gonna get their way, but don't get me wrong. As we we're saying, Sanders is very good at football.
Yeah.
He might put up the 17-21.
Yeah.
The final score being like 63-21, some crazy thing.
That's why I love the over, because Oregon will never stop.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Oregon's gonna score a million. So, but I love Oregon minus 21. I think they're gonna kill.
That's the only thing that's the only reason why I picked the under is I disagree with that. I mean, they beat Hawaii last week 55-10. I mean, I think very easily could have blown that number even more, but the reason
55 is not enough for Mike to say it though.
well, the reason like they pumped the brakes, right? There's no need to just destroy.
It was a look ahead game.
No, but do you think?
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, if Hawaii can score 10, do you think how many do you think Colorado can score?
Without Travis Hunter?
Yeah, they didn't have Travis Hunter the whole
They didn't
last.
have, they didn't have the whole game.
Regardless,
They didn't have them.
I bet you any amount of money they scored more than 14 points.
Yeah.
Bet you $100 to score more than 14.
Yeah.
I give you 4
give
more
me
points. I'll give you 3-1.
ooh,
$100 bet.
ooh.
They score more than 14 points. 14 or more, I get. You get 13 or under. Because I'm giving you 3 more points.
If you want to take it, take it. If not, we're moving on to tape.
Yeah, I have a hand up too.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, go ahead.
All right, Mike.
Yeah.
All bark, no bite there.
Tate's up there.
Tate, how do you feel about the game?
I mean, obviously no Travis Hunter. I mean, this should just be a classic Pac-12 over. Just like
Yeah.
absolutely no sweat. I mean, they're obviously like Ryan said, Colorado's gonna score at least 2 touchdowns. They're gonna have 14 to 21 points, and Oregon's gonna score 50. Like they're averaging almost 60 points a game.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the easiest overs of the year.
Yeah.
And it's so high. It's that high for a reason. Shooter Sanders will put up any points. I'm not gonna pick a side of this game because, to be honest, I don't really care. But I'm just gonna pick the over.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't even have a reason.
Like I like Deion Sanders, but I actually think Oregon's gonna win this game easy. And I just don't want to be that guy where they're up,
24.
Yeah, they're up 24 points, and then they're just like, okay, we'll play prevent on the last drive of Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not hammering this game as hard as I thought I was. And I don't have any logic for the under.
Yeah.
I just feel like for some reason this game feels underrated for me. That's just it's a gut call. Next game.
It's fun dog for sure.
UCLA in a primetime game. Big game at Utah. Utah only minus 4.5. The over-under is at 51 for that game. Obviously, I'm going to start with you.
Dude, guys, Utah's gonna kill. No, I'm just kidding. Regard me. If whether Cam Rising plays this game or not, he's gonna be. So if Cam Rising plays this game, he's gonna be rusty. Their offense is not gonna be like all that great with Cam Rising. Don't get me wrong, Cam Rising dog. I actually really love Cam Rising. Their backup quarterback is nobody. I mean they hardly beat Baylor, and Baylor's not like a great football program.
They're not good at all.
UCLA. This year, I've been telling people all year that it's kind of a look-ahead spot because next year UCLA is going to be good. We have a lot of young players. Dante Moore,
dog,
is actually legit.
Yeah,
I mean,
dog.
the kid can play. And I think this week is going to be the week that we'll see if maybe he's going to struggle as a first-year starter or if he's an actual star. Of course, I'm going to take the Bruins plus the 5 points. Easy outright win here in Utah against
outright win.
Outright win.
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah, one thing you brought up is first-time starters. They do not do well in big games, generally in all of college football. This will be another one of those games where he's just going to be slow to get into the game. I think that Utah covers this, and it's a disgusting game. This is the first time in a Pac-12 game that both offenses, obviously with new quarterbacks, don't have GTR, don't have Cam Rising. If they don't have Cam Rising, that'll just be a gross game that Utah wins like 24-13, but they'll cover, and I like the under in this game. Yeah, it's gross.
I have similar logic for the under. That's my pick in the game is going to be the under. But I lean UCLA, and the reason is I really don't love Utah as a team. Week 1 they played Florida, and Florida looked just lost. Like that was not the Florida team that we saw beat up on Tennessee last week. A completely different team. And so that was like their win. That was like Utah's win that you can be like, oh, they beat it. Florida wasn't ranked at the time, but that was like their win. I don't know. I just don't love Utah. I think I understand everything about freshman quarterbacks. I'm not expecting Dante Moore to be like amazing this year. I think in 2 years you have yourself a real baller there. But yeah, I lean UCLA, so sprinkle UCLA plus the points, and I like the under here.
I mean, pretty similar to what you said. I also would like to mention that I think you guys have 2 pretty solid running backs. It seems like there is one who went 10 for 96 and one who went 5 for 83
last week.
Yeah, which is
Just
just
they played
absolutely
North Carolina Central. I don't even think they scored a point.
It's a good program.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
like
like
65 or like 65-7 or something.
Hey, they're tough out there on the gridiron.
great point.
You gotta go.
But anyways, similar to what Ty was saying, I don't think Utah is a good program. I think their wins
This
are
is like
very
last
light.
year. Everyone was against Utah.
It was like
ranked up on USC.
Like
No, they're a good program. Just,
no, they're very blah.
Program, yes.
yeah,
I don't think they're
program,
as good as
Yeah.
people think this year.
no, I think
Yeah, I don't even know what that means, but just I'll take UCLA +5 or +4.5.
Oh,
Make it 4v1. Come on, Mario. Mike's on it. Please, just keep it going.
Wait, hold on. No, just based on what Mike said, I'm flipping. I'm on
I
Utah.
love it.
Utah minus the points.
See?
But I'm still on the under.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
No, I heard his logic and just I feel like people are also going to think that. So I don't
No,
want to
I
be on
like
that side.
that.
So
I like that.
I'm on Utah, but the under's
There's a lot of money.
I like
money's
that.
on it.
Ty's about to
the
drop
under is
below.
actually a good bet.
All right.
Ty's about to drop below 500.
Like Tyler said, I'm not a big fan of Utah, dude. And I'm not a big fan of their offense in particular. I don't think they're going to put up a ton of points, which is why I'm leaning on the under. But I'm not really going to bet the over-under here. I just like the points for UCLA. I think they keep it close. I think it's a gross game, like Ryan said, and I think Utah wins by like a field goal.
Yeah.
Or maybe UCLA wins by a field goal. I think it's just a gross game, but I think UCLA is kind of in it. So.
No, you convinced me. I'm back on UCLA.
Yes.
Back. I flip back. Yeah.
I'll take the 4.
I flip back, so give me UCLA plus the points.
3-1. 4-1. Love it.
Next game, huge game, and this is the game we get to find out what Nick Saban's all about.
Yeah.
Ole Miss at Alabama. Bama has moved from a 5-point opening favorite to a 7-point favorite as of today. Over under set at 57. Mario, is Bama a shell of their old selves? Like, what is this? Just are we fading them, or is this one of those like line in the sand games? It's a home game.
It is a home game. I can tell you right now, I'm all over this over. I think Jackson Dart. Listen, the defenses, like Bama's always been known for defense, but like the past few years, it just hasn't been the same. Obviously, they're good, but they just look a little bit more susceptible. Quinn Ewers threw all over them. I think Jackson Dart is a lot better than people realize, and I think the over here is the play. As far as the points, it's really close because it's 7, right?
Doesn't it feel like I don't know?
Feels like they want you to go.
Yeah.
It feels
Why
like
is it 7?
Because Bama got embarrassed at home, and so they say, okay, well, Bama's back at home. They're gonna get.
And I think it's just
This Ole Miss team looks so good.
this seems like this reminds me of the Texas spot. Like it just reminds me of the Texas spot, and they're playing a quarterback who can throw versus Bama, who they don't really have a great quarterback. And I just
our
think
spread was 8.5. Our spread was more than a touchdown.
The 7.
No, it was 7.
7.
It was the exact same spread.
It's the exact same spread. Anyways, regardless, regard me. I'm Bama, Ole Miss +7.
Woo!
There we go.
Wow.
Ole Miss.
But give me the over. Over. Points.
Over's the bet, but Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
All
Ole
right.
Miss +7.
Mike, sounds like you have some good analysis on coming on this game. Oh,
Nothing to do with this
Longhorns?
Absolutely nothing to do with any logic at all, except for the fact that I believed. No, I wrote. Look, what?
We don't need to see what you wrote.
Okay.
Well, I believe that we broke Bama. I think Bama being tied 3-3 to South Florida, some crap last week. I mean that just shows. That just shows who they are.
Robin's like 10-10.
They're so shit. It's so fun to watch. I love it. Bama's broken. I'm taking Ole Miss. This is my second lightest play of the entire week. But just for the giggles of it.
What?
Second.
I'm not second lightest. What is?
Oh, I'm not betting it heavy. This is my
Yeah. He's a light sprinkle. For
Yeah, it's like
How many units are on?
it's about half. It's about
It's not the
half a
lightest.
unit. Who bets half a unit? That's what the point of units are.
Oh, my Lord.
So you can bet in increments.
Regardless,
All right.
You don't make a unit and be like, this is 1/8.
All right, well, I might now bet it a unit and a half.
and you just switch 2 guys off.
So you added a unit to him. You talked him into it.
All right. Well,
Dang, Ole Miss +7.
All right, Tyler.
Took them home.
I have a lot of
for it.
feelings about this game,
Yeah.
and I'm so upset Michael's on the same side as me here.
Yeah.
I think Bama has an actual problem at quarterback. And I heard what you said earlier in the Wednesday episode about how they were just like basically like, Milroe, you're the guy. Let's see what we got over here. I totally agree. That's what they did. I think they were like, do we have anything else available?
Yeah, is anyone better?
They do not.
Yeah,
they do not. So they're stuck with what we know Milroe is.
Yeah.
He can run the hell out of the ball. Yeah. And he throws deep balls, but he's not very accurate. He doesn't really throw anything else in between.
Yep.
The one thing so I don't think Alabama is like done. They're still Bama, and it's still a home game in the SEC.
Yeah. And it's Ole Miss.
As a conference, I do not like the SEC this year at all.
Yeah. Nope.
I'm very off them.
Same.
But the one thing that's keeping me on the Ole Miss side is that Lane Kiffin wants nothing more than to beat Nick Saban.
Yeah.
And you better believe he's watched every ounce of film on Jaden Milroe. Like, they will have a scheme to make sure this guy cannot run the ball on them and force him to throw it. I don't think he can do it. So give me the points. I'm not hammering this game at all. Obviously, it's against Saban at home, but that's my logic for taking the points. I don't love them on the same side as Mike there, though.
Yeah, me neither. This might flip. Because as the guys that are on like the Clemson home, this is a home record you guys wouldn't even believe. Ole Miss has won 2 out of the last 39 games in Bama. Yeah, 2 out of the last 39 games.
That's
so in my brain, when they talked about Clemson being at home, they're probably the same level of teams or whatever.
The only Clemson was getting points though. Alabama's
39, I'll tell you that.
No,
How many of those 39 games though was Jackson Dart quarterback?
That's a great point.
There you go.
Such a great point.
Someone run the numbers.
Yeah.
2 of them. But
Bang.
lost both of them. But it's okay. All I know is that this is just a classic, like, everyone's going to be on Ole Miss because they think Bama sucked from the previous week.
Yeah.
A lot of weekly bias. People don't look to the future in a coach. People also don't know that, like, Jackson Dart's good. The thing about the Texas game is people don't realize they have the best wide receivers in the nation. So it's not just the fact that Quinn Ewers threw all over them. They have to, in college, to guard.
Say your word.
Clip that, by the way. Best wide receivers in the nation at Texas.
Bang.
Continue.
I mean,
Give us our due, baby. Give us our due.
I just want to save it for last.
You guys have a better quarterback.
Keep
than
going.
us.
Keep going.
So right now,
Agreed.
it's the best wide receiver in the nation.
Agreed. Sorry to interrupt.
But
Marvin Harrison, who?
All right, let him finish.
But anyways.
Wait, what? That's
Marvin-
terrible. You cannot say
Marvin,
this.
who is
But anyways, I just think that like people are overreacting to the Texas game when he was throwing to one of the best wide receiver cores in all of college football.
Yeah.
This Ole Miss does not have one of the best wide receiver cores. It's very bad, like not good at all. And the reason why they're ever looked as good is because Jackson Dart's a very good player.
Yeah.
I think Jackson Dart will have to do too much in this game, and he doesn't. When he has to do too much, he doesn't perform like last year against Bama. I think this is an easy cover. I think it gets outside the number quick and stays outside the number for a while. And I do love the over. I think Milroe go back to week 1 where they scheme around his run game instead of trying to get back with the pass.
All right.
Okay.
Tate, round us out here with Bama.
Yeah, I mean.
No, with like the Bama game.
Okay. No, with Bama. Rounds out. Am I being forced?
Yeah, take
Bama. No, that's what I love.
This just seems like it has to be a line in the sand game for Nick Saban, but the public is all over Ole Miss. And what we've seen from Alabama and the quarterbacks is just so abysmal. It has to be, I think the only way that Alabama wins this game is by good coaching, and Nick Saban is that good coach.
The best.
Yeah, he is the best. He's like, Bill Belichick of college football, and it's kind of like you're sitting here going, well, you got to take Bama, right? But I'm taking Ole Miss with the points.
Ole Miss.
Because I'm not convinced of the Bama quarterbacks. So
Yeah, Ole Miss with the points. I love that. Next up, we have Oregon State at Washington State. A surprisingly ranked game.
Yeah.
If you told me preseason that a DJ Uyunglele-led Oregon State would be going into a Washington State program that you never know what they're going to look like week 3, and that's going to be one of the primetime matchups, I would have said you're lying, come get out of town. And if you told me Oregon State was -3 in this game, I would also say you're crazy. But they are. Oregon State -3 over under 56. Tate, Mr. Pac-12 over there.
Yeah.
Give us some insight. Where are we going?
Mr. Pac-12 been out for much longer, sadly.
Yeah.
Big Ten.
True.
But
Big Ten.
for right now, it is still my conference. Oregon State did not look that great against San Diego State last week, and it's DJU. I mean, they put up a ton of points against really bad teams, and then they look good. You get this illusion.
That's his
thing.
thing.
I'm not going to trust DJ in this game. I absolutely love. There's something in the water about playing Washington State. They were rolling over Wisconsin for a lot of that game, and Wisconsin's supposed to be one of the favorites to win. Their side of the Big Ten this year.
Yeah.
So I actually really love Washington State plus the points here. I think they have a really awesome chance to win outright. I think this is a super, super fun spot. I think DJU is going to fold. I don't think they have an electric enough of an offense. I think Cameron Ward is just a better quarterback.
Dude, oh my
Give me
God, I
Washington
can't
State
even
plus the
wait.
points.
This is going to be, so you have Oregon State -3. What you do is you just flip to Washington State -6.5 and take the alt line because it'll be free. Not only is Oregon State not that great, their only real win was against UC Davis, like convincing win. The rest have been not convincing at all.
UC Davis is putting together a good program.
I jump off the cliff. Washington State
Yeah.
took care of Wisconsin, like Tate was saying, very handedly. And Cameron Ward and Lincoln Victor are a top 7 wide receiver quarterback duo in all of college football right now. They're on fire. They're both leading in every category, top 10.
And nobody's talking about it.
Oh, it's because Washington State. There's so many Pac-12 teams,
underrated.
and playing in Washington State is upset central. It's like Texas A&M and the SEC. It is upset central. I love this. I don't think Oregon State will be able to compete. I think the points will just soar. I love Washington State all line, money line, and then obviously the +3 and the over 56. I think it scores.
Yeah, I was going to be on the over, but I don't think Washington State can score 57 points. Cameron Ward has thrown 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions this year. A very sleepy Heisman candidate if Washington State can keep this going. Very sleepy Heisman candidate. Guy's very talented. Pac-12 has so many quarterbacks, which is kind of why he's been overshadowed. I think if he was in another conference, like maybe the Big 12, people would be talking about him a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all over Washington State +3. I've learned with DJ, it is exactly what Tate said. They score a whole lot of points against bad teams. It's what Clemson did to make their season stats not look bad the last 2 years. But when they play big games, he's nowhere to be found. He does not score points. His back foot stays planted when he catches the snap. Washington State should blitz the crap out of him. And yeah, I love this money line. I love the +3 here. Definitely on the card. Bigger play.
I could not agree more. I have as my top note that DJ is going back to form, and by back to form, I mean he is going to be awful. They are Washington State being the home underdogs. It's one of my college principles, definitely not a principle, but more of like a nudge. And Washington State all the way.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Bang.
Me and Mike have agreed on 5 for 5 games so far.
Bang.
What's Mike's college record again?
Mike's 33.
Okay, just good enough. Mario, you're
I might be in shambles. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to make picks anymore. I'm about to freak out.
This is awesome.
If we're lined up on the next 2, I might just jump off the fence. But Mario,
There's no way we're lined up on the next one, I'll tell you that for sure.
Okay, well, go ahead.
For this is just a classic DJ Avatar game. Yeah. DJ, he's the Avatar. He'll disappear when you need him most. Washington State +3.
Consensus!
I love a consensus.
Yeah!
Big bet right here.
Consensus!
And I'm leaning.
Yeah,
I'm leaning on the over on this game.
Wow.
Obviously, I don't think he's going to put up a ton of points, but I think he will put together a few drives.
41-17.
Yeah, I love 17. I was just about to say 17 points.
41-17.
So, there you go.
All right, so our first ever squad ride with Degen now. So throw it up there. Washington State +3.
All in.
Degen Hour squad ride. It'll be on everyone's card, which means you, if you're watching, need to get this play on yours.
Yeah.
Next game, Iowa at Penn State. Big Ten showdown between 2 ranked teams. Iowa just barely snuck in the rankings.
As they always do.
I think a little unfairly over Clemson, if I may add. But
Ooh.
that's fine. We can keep Iowa in there at 25. Penn State looking unbelievable to start the year. I was wrong on them. Penn State minus the 14.5. Over-under is 40. Mario, we're going to go back to you. How do you feel about this game?
I really could care less about a game. Dude, I don't hate Penn State. They don't do anything for me. You know, they don't get the juices flowing. And I mean, maybe if they were playing someone cool, but Iowa, I mean, give me a break. Like, yeah, put Clemson, get Clemson ranked. Like, no one cares about Iowa. I'm sorry. Penn State, they're cool, but Iowa sucks. Give me Penn State minus 14.5.
Because they're cool.
Because they're cool.
Shout out
Iowa.
Penn State, you're cool.
Yeah, Iowa
out to
sucks to suck. And give me the under, because why not?
All right, Mr. Yoon.
Yeah, pretty much exact same mindset. I do not give a shit about this game. The only thing I care about is Penn State over in wins, which I think they're going to win. but I don't really care if they win by 14.5 or not. So I'm taking the over because I think 40 seems really low. Gut feel, absolutely zero logic.
I just think Iowa puts up 0.
I also think Drew Allure is really mid, but I think
It's a great year.
I don't know. He's mid. I could care less about him.
All right, so pretty uninformed take. It seems like you don't really know much about either team. Penn State, you have winning
Yeah, but why you?
the Big Ten though.
So Penn State.
You don't care about the game,
Penn State. Don't care.
but you don't care about the game. But they're your pick to win the Big Ten.
Yeah, but
You should
Penn
probably
State-
care a little.
You should probably care when they're playing a ranked game.
Like I said, I think Penn State will win, but it doesn't matter how much they win as long as they get a win in their ball.
And you also don't care.
But you don't
But
care.
I still don't care.
You don't
Okay, doesn't matter. Cool. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't
Are they
care.
your second favorite team?
I respect that.
No,
They used to be your
I
favorites.
don't have a second favorite. The only thing that has a place in my heart is Texas.
Okay,
The
cool.
Longhorns, baby. Let them horns.
I'm going to be talking about this game a little later, so I'm going to save my take for the end of the show
Wow.
and move on to Ryan.
Shambles.
I'm gonna be shambles.
I'm gonna be screwed up.
Complete shambles.
I have pretty big the under in this game to start.
All right, there we
Because-
go. Love the under.
Because it's a Big Ten game. Don't underestimate how good Big Ten defense is against on rivalry days. Anytime it's a Big Ten
Rivals?
rivalry game, it's Big Ten. It's 6 schools if you're ranked. It's a rivalry game. This is going to be a bloodbath of a defensive game. Because of that, I'm choosing the under. Logically, I'm just going to take the Iowa plus 14.5 only because it's way too big of a number. Because Penn State just needs to win, which I think they will do. But like bloodbath 17-7, you cover the number with hitting my under.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the Iowa plus the points. It's too big for a Big Ten game.
that math is math.
I'm gonna have to just say one word: ditto. I mean, the under's already on my card. I don't have anything else to say.
24-7, Penn
No.
State. You heard it here first.
Ooh, not a lot of
I still
I
like
don't
the
know
over.
about that.
I'm gonna go with my Big Ten expert over here.
Plus 14.5. But
I still like the over.
And to round out the weekend slate of
This
games,
is the biggest game.
Oh, there we
This
go.
is the biggest game.
this is the biggest game of the week, undoubtedly. There's no contest here.
You're right.
Ohio-
You're right. There is no contest here. That is
Well, I'm going to get to you in a second. Ohio State going into South Bend at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Ohio State are 3.5 point favorites with the total set at 54.5. Sir, I yield the floor. Go ahead and tell us
This is beautiful.
how Ohio State's going to dominate.
This is so great. Yeah, this is going to be... So obviously, if you're a Notre Dame fan, if you're rooting for Notre Dame, do what you want, bet all you want. If you are betting on Ohio State, do not bet the -3. Bet the -11.5.
Oh.
And here's why. Because Notre Dame dating back, it's funny when someone else is biased. Michael didn't say anything, but when I'm biased, it's like, holy shit, rub my...
Well,
Yeah.
do you remember when you said, what was it? You don't read. He doesn't think you read.
No.
That's why he thinks like you don't have
It's
any
okay,
informed
Mike.
takes.
Keep sucking on things you shouldn't.
Who has
Anyways. All right, so Ohio State, Notre Dame every year happens. Everyone thinks they're good. Sam Hartman or not, they lose in big games. It's just what they do. It's in their blood every single year.
They love it.
They literally love to do it. And this is a week where not only are they going to get tested by our offense, which is getting in stride right now. It still, I think, will start sloppy as it does, but will really kick up because it looks great last week. But the other side, defensively, it looks stout. Ohio State, the best it's looked in a while. We used to have top 5 draft picks come out. It didn't look that way the last year or the year before that. It might look back to form. We have behind Trotter, the second best linebacker in Eckenberg in the country. I think that our corners are ready to go. Burke's ready to go. I just think this is going to be a defense. Like Ohio State's going to show Sam Hartman what a real defense is. And they might put up they're going to start. Ohio State always starts slow on defense, and then they just read a defense after that at halftime. Every week, like last week against Western Kentucky, it was 17-10. 5 minutes later, it was 61-10. Like they do it every single game. I love this over. I think Ohio State scores like 45, 45-13, 45-17, an absolute murder. If you're betting Ohio State, alt spread it. They will not win this game by small.
What about Notre Dame first half then? If OSU only turns up second half.
No, they're ahead, but they keep it. Our defensive coordinator likes to just test it.
Notre Dame first half's gonna be +2. Like,
Yeah, you take what you want to take. Mike. I just gave you a sharp bet. Well,
I was just
but
curious about
Ohio
Ohio
State
because you
real
said
quick,
Ohio State would only come out second half. That's why
Real quick,
I brought that up.
Ohio State might not do the best in past years in their division. Looking at Michigan for the most part, when we play out of division teams, we take care of it every single year. So I'm not worried in the regular season. We'll take care of this. Easy -3. Free.
Wow, I was going to go to tape, but I'm jumping to Mike because Mike had a couple interruptions.
No, every 5 seconds.
He didn't want Ryan to finish 2 sentences in a row.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you have a lot to say here.
Well, first of all, by my preseason bet of under Ohio State wins, this is most definitely
One of them.
chalked up preseason, week 1, week 0, week 2, and now, Notre Dame is going to win. The +3.5 home underdog, like I said previously, one of my nudges, not quite a principle, but a heavy nudge, quite a push almost. I will say this. I have been known to be a Sam Hartman hater. I have said countless terrible things about him because of why he's at Wake Forest.
Which still doesn't make any sense.
Now that he's against my team, he all of a sudden is on.
His stats
Well, no.
Wake Forest were insane.
No, stop. The only reason why I'm switching. Sorry.
No, I'll stop. No, I'll stop.
Anyways, I watched what he did to NC State because I had to watch what he did to NC State because I thought NC State was UNC. Whatever. Sam Hartman's good, and
100%
they are going
He
to
is good.
easily stay within the 3.5.
So
I think
they're easily going to stay within.
Yeah, easily stay.
So no, they're not winning. It's going to be between 1 and 3 the whole game.
No. I think they could even win, but I mean that would also be within. But
Well, don't you have them winning?
yeah.
Outright.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah.
All right.
So the 3.5 is free.
33%,
No, it's
33%, 33%.
All right, so you have, this is one of your 4 losses for Ohio State.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
What were the other losses again? You had,
Well, Michigan, Penn State coming up,
and then Wisconsin. You had.
Wisconsin.
All right, so there's your 4. Mario, how do you feel here? I don't know which way you're leaning on this game.
This is, dude, I had to think about this game for a while because Sam Hartman has looked good and Ohio State hasn't looked amazing. But I will say I have been a fan of their defense. I think that's kind of what's been carrying them, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense is really streaky. Sometimes it can get hot. Marvin Harrison looks like the best receiver in the country, and then, he'll go like to a half a game where like maybe he gets a target. And it's it's really inconsistent. And so this is just honestly, I hate to do this, but like I just am not a fan of Ryan Day. And in this spot, I think if Ohio State had a different coach, a better coach, they could easily win this game by like 10 points. But I just think somehow, some way, leave it to Ryan Day. I'm a poet. I don't even know it. I don't even know. That was not planned. But somehow Ryan Day is going to just do something where they're going to keep Notre Dame in the game. And so because of that, and because it's 3.5, if it was 3.5, just like, I love it because Ohio State can win by a field goal and it's a cover.
Mm-hmm.
I think regardless, I love this 54 over. I think the first half is really sloppy, and then I think both teams kind of get rolling. So yeah, I'm going to take Notre Dame plus 3.5, and I'll lean towards the over, but I'm bigger on Notre Dame plus 3.5.
Okay, gotcha. Tate, how do you feel here?
I last week, maybe the week before, I might have, I said I might bet on Notre Dame to cover every game this year. I absolutely love Sam Hartman. He has done nothing but good for me. I think this is a perfect landing spot for him at Notre Dame. But I think what Ryan said is true, is he's actually going to play a real defense this week.
Yep.
And I think Ohio State has so much more talent at almost every position other than quarterback. And maybe running back, because Audric Estime's a dog
100% running
at
back.
Notre
He might
Dame.
be the best running back in the country this year.
So, but it's just so tough for me with Marvin Harrison, Emeka Ibuka,
Everyone.
everyone.
On paper, they should
Notre Dame and Ohio State have played each other a handful of times over the years. Notre Dame hasn't beat them since 1936.
Nope.
This is their year, baby.
Ohio State should actually just handle them easily. I'm taking Ohio State minus 3.5.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go last year just to kind of get my thoughts in order. I've been thinking about this game for about 4 months now. I want to be on Ohio State. Ryan knows I love nothing more than riding with him. We're on the same side of most lines. We have similar brains. No, but actually, in all seriousness, I have been unbelievably impressed with Notre Dame this year. I've also, the last 2 weeks, actually been very impressed with Ohio State. Week 1, they scared the shit out of me. I had Ohio State minus 30. They were winning by like 7 or 10 in like the beginning of the fourth quarter, end of the third, whatever it was. It was never going to be covered. And then at the end of that game, they started to get going. I have 2 notes here I want to point out. One is that it's a night game in South Bend, which I think is extremely relevant when you have these games. This is the first time Notre Dame has looked like a real team in a while. I don't think they've had a quarterback in a very long time. Yeah. Like a quarterback. A quarterback that people all unanimously agree will be playing on Sundays. Yeah. And they haven't had that in a very long time. And it's a night game in Notre Dame. I do not know if they're going to win, though. This was going to be one of my biggest plays of the week, and I was considering immortaling it like 2 weeks ago, but I've completely winded it back. I'm going to go Notre Dame plus the 3.5 because I like the points cushion, but I think Ohio State is a better team. I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State wins by 1 or Notre Dame wins by like 3. I don't think this is a blowout either direction, though. So I also really like Notre Dame first half.
I can't wait to come back and this just be a murder. We just go every year Notre Dame. We say we're going to bet their over wins. We say their defense was better last year than they've ever been. We say the wide receivers were better. Yeah. Now we say their quarterback is better, and we're changing our mind. Same thing will happen.
So curious the slander you're going to say on Ryan Day.
Old dogs don't learn new tricks.
Ryan Day loses in big games.
This is a big game for him.
I think that's also another thing too that's kind of underrated. I think the pressure is still on Ohio State because this is the year where like the teams at the top are kind of weak. Like this is a perfect year for Ohio State to kind of
jump on the opportunity.
Well, like have a legit.
We were 1 field goal away from making it the college, probably winning college championship last year. So we don't need the teams to be worse.
I do agree.
We don't need the teams to be worse. We just need to be Ohio State.
But you guys aren't as good as last year. So I'm just saying like. This is a perfect year for you guys to like win a natty, and the pressure's on you guys to win in this big spot. And like the first time we're seeing Kyle McCord kind of in this spot, and I just think like a seasoned veteran, like this just gives me. I hate to relive this game, but it just reminds me of Week 1 LSU versus Florida State.
But how much pressure? How important is this game? If we go out and beat Penn State, Michigan,
if we lose
and then beat Penn State, Michigan. We go take it to the college.
That's it. I'm just saying, you take it one game at a time.
Here's the
you gotta win this game.
At first, I thought the exact same thing. I was like, I have Ohio State to win the Big Ten. This game doesn't count for their Big Ten record, so it doesn't matter if they win the Big Ten. They're in no matter what. But one thing that struck me that I was like, wait a minute, I think this game is sneakily huge for Ohio State is I think you're going to have. Like, Texas is 3rd. They've been very willing to bump Ohio State out of the top. They're the one team they've continually moved down the rankings.
Because they have to play a team in the top 4. They do
No, I agree. But I'm saying, Texas they currently have at 3. USC they have above Ohio State at 5. They have Florida State at 2. Florida State got moved to 4. Yeah. And so basically what I'm saying is, if they lose this game, and then they drop one to, like, Penn State, or somehow they end up dropping another game but still making it in. Like, you cannot make it to the college football playoff with 2 losses. We know that for sure. So it's like, yeah, if they lose this and run the table, they'll be in for sure. But I think they need this win to allow them some sort of leniency when Penn State and Michigan are both looking like they're the real deal this year.
I just think if we lose to Michigan, we're just out. Fair is fair, like every year if we lose them.
If you lose to Penn State, beat Michigan, and end up in the college football, or end up in the Big Ten championship, win it. I don't know if they put a 2-loss Ohio State in the college football playoffs.
Oh, that's that.
Yeah, I think we dismantle Penn State. This is all. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. It's also a big game for Notre Dame too.
It's a huge game for Notre Dame.
Well,
everyone's finally. Their whole home crowd is like, finally, this is our team. And then what happens on the first drive when they go down like 14-0?
Notre Dame has a heart on the first drive.
Yeah. Wait. What?
So Ohio State scores their first drive to throw a pick 6.
That'd be strong.
Their first drive, they're down 14-0.
That would be strong.
Correct my statement.
I'll bet you any money.
So by the second, let's just
I'll get
this
plus.
over.
We're moving around.
It's common sense, Mike. I know you can't understand it.
By the third drive, it's gonna be 14-0. That's the stupidest thing I've ever.
You said 3rd just now.
Yeah.
By the third drive, because if it's by the second, that means the first had just finished and we're on the second.
Notre Dame's first drive.
By the third.
It'll be 14-0.
After their first.
That's my fun little play guess.
That's hilarious.
At plus 400,000 to 1.
We've got some heat coming up.
No, it's fine.
I love it so
No,
much.
Mike's 33%. He's throwing out numbers.
33%.
He's talking about.
33%. Speaking of statistics in the cards,
So
we are going to jump right into our cards, starting with the NFL. So let's go ahead and get into the action. It is time. We are making picks, and these are the ones that really count. We're going through all of our cards, full cards, and I know these are probably going to be massive. A lot of games this week.
Yeah.
I mean, we're firing off, and you got to fire with us. So whoever you like the most, you saw the records earlier in the show. Here's your chance. See what we're betting. See what we're picking. We're going to lead off with our Pac-12 expert, UCLA aficionado, Mr. Tate, CEO of statistics.
That's right, baby. We're gonna go to the NFL first. We're gonna go with the Patriots minus 2.5 at the Jets. Zach Wilson is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Lions Falcons over 45.5. Absolutely love this. No defense on either side. Desmond Ridder sucks. The Lions are gonna win this game by a lot. Of points, 40 points. Jaguars minus 9.5 versus the Texans. This is just so free. The Texans, like Ryan said, might be the worst team in the NFL. Jaguars, big bounce back week after losing to the Chiefs last week. They have a great defense. They might have picked 6 in that game. Cowboys minus 12 at the Cardinals. They're yet to prove me that they're not one of the most elite teams in the NFL. Big spread. Don't care. I'm still going to take the Cowboys.
A lot of people saying the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people.
I've heard a lot of their
saying,
power rankings.
Yeah, Cowboys at 1-1. Yeah, over there.
Eagles minus 5.5 at the Bucs. I think the Eagles are still one of the top 5 teams in the NFL. And I think the Buccaneers have yet to actually have a super tough, like an actually tough game this year. So I'm going to ride the Eagles because I think they have so much talent. It's actually ridiculous that this spread is within 7.
Love that.
Love the Rams plus 2 over the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow is struggling off of that injury right now. The Rams actually look good. I think Kyron Williams is a dog. Puka Nacua is out of nowhere. Insane. Stafford looks better than he did last year, and he kind of looks back.
Way better.
Yeah, way
he
better.
looks back to his Super Bowl year where he was like slinging it. Remember after that Super Bowl year when they were like is Stafford? There was a conversation. Is Stafford like top 5 quarterback? Like people were saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we saw last year, and everyone's like, "Ooh, no." But then this year again,
he looks.
He picks and chooses wide receivers. He can make them stop.
So
That's my guy.
Rams, and then Saints plus the 2 over the Packers. That should be an outright win. I think the Saints are just more talented, and they haven't even shown it yet. And I think the Packers. Like Jordan Love, at some point has to show you that he is a first-year starter. He's going to fall apart at some point. And I think this is a great spot for the Saints, too, to be like, no, we're going to win this game. And the Vikings pick them over the Chargers because the Chargers do not cover spreads. And I don't care what you said. The Chargers do not cover. And if they lose this game, Brian Staley's gone. There's no way that he can come back.
Yeah, Brian Staley does not care.
He
does not care about spreads nearly as much as Sean McVay does.
Yeah.
Sean McVay loves
Field goal.
There was no logic when he explained it.
That was so sick.
Electric.
0 logic.
He got the phone call.
Yeah.
He knew. Yeah.
Okay, that rounds out my NFL card. We're going to go right into college football. Starting on Friday with Wisconsin minus 6 at Purdue. Wisconsin is super overhyped during the year, but I think they are actually that good. And Purdue is not a great football team at all. I don't know why it's 6 points. Maybe it's because it's at Purdue. Yep. This should be easy win for Wisconsin minus 6. It's going to be double digits, easy. It might not even be a sweat. UCLA plus 5 at Utah. I mean, come on, I'm riding with the boys.
Gotta roll.
Oklahoma minus 14.5 at Cincinnati.
Dylan Gabriel, baby.
What? Again, love Oklahoma. I'm riding them all year long. SMU, TCU over 63.5. This should be an absolute shootout. No defense, all points. This is the fade UTSA for the rest of the year. Tennessee minus 20.5.
Love it.
They lost that to Florida last week. Big bounce back week, 20.5. Easy cover.
You're off UTSA.
UTSA sucks.
Okay.
We're on it for 2 weeks. Now we're off them for 2 weeks. It paid off 1 week in a row.
Yep.
Oklahoma State, Iowa State under 36.5. Iowa State is bad. Oklahoma State's not very good either, but I don't know, defense, whatever. Under 36 is a reason why it's that low. Georgia Tech plus the 4 at Wake Forest. I absolutely love this. Yeah. The quarterback play last week from Wake Forest was absolutely abysmal. I think Georgia Tech is much better than Old Dominion.
Yeah.
They should keep this game close. They could be an outright win. Washington State +3 over Oregon State. Consensus. Put it on your card.
Yep.
Penn State, Iowa under 40. We already talked about that. Ole Miss +7 at Bama.
Don't love it.
Like that one. Washington -21 versus Cal. Washington, I mean, Michael Penix Jr. is my dog this year. Heisman favorite.
Yeah,
He's going to cover versus Cal at home.
You love him.
I love him. I love him. And then UCF, Kansas State over 54.5. I don't know why it's at 54.5, but both these teams score points. It's going to be a shootout. And my crappy pick of the week, Western Kentucky +3.5 at Troy. This could be an easy outright win spot. I bet the big for the over season total of 8.5. Book it. That's my card. Even one game.
Book your sizable card. That's got some meat on it. Chunk. Ryan, take us through it. Starting with NFL, I have the Ravens -8. I'm going to keep hammering this until they don't cover. They're so talented on both ends. Lamar hasn't gone nuts yet. I think this is the game they go nuts. Colts have let every quarterback just go crazy. I mean, Stroud threw for almost 400 yards last week. Seahawks -5.5. Their offense looks back to form with Walker, DK, and JSN healthy. Redemption time for the 12th men after getting embarrassed by the Rams week 1. Should be an easy win. I think it's going to be a murder. Bears, Chiefs under 47.5. Chiefs D is very sleepy this year. Like, very sleepy. I mean, they didn't make... I know you're saying about Zay Jones not being able to get a foot in, but like, regardless of that, maybe one touchdown or a couple field goals, it still was only 17 points. Their defense is very good. I love the under. Bears can't score for shit.
Sorry, you said 37?
47.
Oh, 47.
And then round it off, I had Eagles -5. I don't know if you had 5.5 or 5. I got 5. Ooh. This is the classic the classic football team being undefeated that people are overlooking. This is the week that not only is their offense together because they realize DeAndre Swift can run for 125 yards when he wants to, but A.J. Brown finally gets the ball. Yeah. I think A.J. Brown's going to get...
Come on, baby.
I have a huge week this week, and they're going to rout the Bucs. That will not be able to catch up with them.
There's way too much talent.
Yeah. And that's my NFL card. Pretty good test. The games are kind of weak in NFL. Love that.
Yeah.
Going to college football, my almost mortal, I almost did it, was that Wisconsin -6 at Purdue. Purdue just lost to an unranked Fresno State. Wisconsin is going to go into Purdue and absolutely murder them. I mean, it won't even be close.
Didn't Syracuse just beat Purdue?
Yeah, well, Syracuse is better than Fresno State by a mile. But they lost to Fresno State, which was just the line in the sand. I don't even look at this game. Wisconsin's going to win by outside a touchdown. Easy. I have Florida State -2. Literally nothing to say there. Already said it. In our picks, easy. Florida, Charlotte over 49. Two teams are going to score a lot. Charlotte's going to score a lot. Florida's going to score a lot. Easy. Washington State +3 and the money line. Both sides, double up there. I love them against Oregon State. DJ, Avatar, fade, all day. Oklahoma and Cincinnati over 59.5. Both teams scored like crazy out of this world with Dylan Gabriel. And followed up with the Oklahoma -14.5. That should be an ass whooping. 2 levels to the shit. North Carolina -7.5 versus Pitt. My only word, come on, what is Vegas doing? I don't care. They keep doing this to North Carolina. And North Carolina keeps covering.
They do.
So I'm just going to keep taking the free money. Easy bet. Army, Syracuse over 51.5. These teams score so much, and Syracuse is one of the highest scoring teams in the nation.
Yes.
This is going to be a murder. This is going to be an easy cover. I mean, easy over.
Let's see.
Lock it up. 51.5.
Put that on the card.
Put it on his card.
Same.
Well, you haven't done your card.
No, but I'm still.
I'm going to add that too.
You can add it. You can just say it
when you say your card. You can add it.
Yeah. And then we have the classic UTSA fade. Tennessee -20.5 against UTSA. The whole year, you will win every bet. We have the Bama -7. Saban made moves. I think Saban was playing chess while everyone was playing checkers. Love the -7. Duke -21.5. They are 3 for 3, and people don't bet them. I don't get it. Riley Leonard's that guy. Bet them on your card. Miami -23. Temple is terrible. Van Dyke can play. Temple, trust me, it's going to be a murder. Temple's only game this year was Rutgers, and they got blown out by 30. This is going to be a cover. Texas Tech -7, or Texas Tech University -6, I mean. This is going to be, this is going to be a murder. This is going to be nothing even close. The last 3 games Texas Tech played, they barely lost to Oregon. They barely lost to Ole Miss, and they barely lost to Oklahoma going to last year, coming to this year. Those 3 big games. I think those will be a rout. South Carolina -6.5 versus Mississippi State. Mississippi State hasn't played any teams. South Carolina's completed in North Carolina in the first half. South Carolina Georgia competed the whole game. I think they're going to murder Mississippi State. And that runs out my massive card.
Ooh. I like a lot of this. Which is good for me because
that Army over real quick, sir.
you can just say it.
Yeah,
it's all right. You might forget.
I'm going right now. You can just say it.
No.
Go ahead, Ty. Let me hear your chunky chunk.
No.
Should we stop
please.
and let him write it down?
No indulgery.
Should we pause the cameras?
No,
Should we just stop and let him
No,
write
don't.
down the pick that he is? Yeah.
No indulgry.
Yeah, it's
You need 30. You need 30.
Take it 30. No, right now. I'll wait. I'm waiting.
We're going to wait.
I'm going to wait. We're all going to wait. Go ahead and write it down.
On the clock.
He's got a 30-second timeout.
All right.
All right.
Back to go.
Army over.
Need anything else from me, or can I
water?
do my picks? All right.
I mean, I'd love a water.
NFL.
And a beer.
We are doing great in NFL. We're looking to keep that going. Starting off hot with the Saints +2 at Green Bay. Saints have looked very solid on defense. Their offense really wasn't clicking against the Panthers. I think this is the week it gets moving. I think they get Olave over his 100 yards receiving. I think they get Michael Thomas his receptions. And I really like that number. Don't think Green Bay is as good as people think they are. Jordan Love's looked amazing. They're playing a pretty good Saints D. I think his numbers go down this week. Browns -3 at home against the Titans. Everyone and their mother is on the Titans. I've never seen money like this on one team. 80% of the bets, 95% of the money on the Titans +3. I think Browns will be able to still move the ball even without Chubb. Obviously, they're not as good of a team. I think the Titans are awful. Tannehill throws picks. Just give me the Browns here. I'm not going to think too hard about it. Jags, I saw -8.5. 8.5 or 9.5, don't care. Jags -8.5 over the Texans.
Love it.
Jags are at home. Last week, I think they played a great game against the Chiefs. It was one of my 2 losses on NFL. I had them +3. They lost by 8. They had 5 red zone possessions. They walked away with 0 touchdowns, 3 field goals, and they went for it on 4th down. They had multiple times, like Ryan mentioned, Zay Jones couldn't get his feet down. That was twice, and Calvin Ridley twice. It was 1 foot in, the other was like barely out. They had a lot of chances that game, but I could care less about the offense. The offense will do its thing. Chiefs D is very good. What impressed me the most is the defense. They only allowed 2 touchdowns for the Chiefs. Like, this is the best quarterback in the league we're talking about by far. They are playing the Texans. I mean, this defense is going to kill CJ Stroud. I think Trevor, pretty easy, smooth sailing game. I love the -8.5 or 9.5, whatever it is. I'm going Chiefs Bears over 47.5. New strategy I'm adopting in NFL. It's been foolproof for me this far. I bet the over in games with an awful quarterback in them. It is my new thing. I've done it against the Bears twice. I've taken the team against the spread on the Bears, and I've taken the over both times.
The
only reason the over hit last week, Justin Fields threw a pick 6 on the goal line. I expect the same thing this week.
What's the over?
47.5.
Oh, that's a lot.
Chiefs score
40 to
Chiefs score 40, pick 6 in the game, 47. Yeah, it's 47-3. Whatever it is. I don't even think. This is my just brain just telling me to do this. It's a gut feel. Yeah. Over in Bears games until proven wrong. I'm also, same logic, Jets-Patriots over the 37. 2 bad quarterbacks, better than 1 bad quarterback for the over. Points. 37 is too low. Give me it up. Bucks +5.5 over the Eagles to round out the card. I've been on the Bucks twice. They've done me well both times. I think Bucks team is actually very solid. Eagles are good. Don't think the Bucks went out right, but I like the cushion here. So Bucks +5.5 rounds out the NFL card. College football card. Starting off the same way we will every week. Air Force -3.5.
Yeah, baby.
At San Jose State.
Shout out Kyle.
Yep, there you go, Mike.
Shout out Kyle. Air Force looked dominant last Friday night. I mean, they did. I thought they were doing by 90 points. They kind of let
and
it
our Friday bets are on fire.
Yeah, on fire.
Friday's on fire.
Also, the other bet I have to have every week until it proves me wrong, Rutgers +24 against Michigan. I'm betting the team.
Wait, but he's back.
I care nothing about anything until Michigan comes.
Okay, all right.
And this could be the week to
I know, I respect that.
Rutgers,
you're 3-0.
Rutgers sneakily 3-0 on the season.
Yeah.
Beat up on Virginia Tech. Not a good team, but my only thing is, I think.
But they're good enough to mortal.
Michigan hasn't. Yeah. We're going to get to my mortals in a second.
That was a sore spot.
You are going to. My mortal's going to be a point of contention amongst the group. But
oh, God.
Rutgers +24 at Michigan. I mean, these are my 2 just principal bets. Then I have Clemson +2 at home against FSU. Virginia Tech +5 at Marshall. Hurts me to do it. Marshall's not good. They should not be favored by 5 against an ACC team. A decent ACC team, too. This isn't the worst team in the ACC. Ole Miss +7 at Bama. It's not a hammer play, but I'm putting a unit on it. Oregon -21 at home over Colorado. Same thing, not hammering it. I used to be hammering it, but Mike was all over it, so backed it off a bit. Wake Forest -4 over Georgia Tech. I watched that Wake Forest team. Should have hit my game of the year last week if they didn't blow it in the first half. I do not think they start like that against Georgia Tech. The only reason this number is -4 is because they could have lost to Old Dominion, but I watched that entire game very closely. They're a much better team than Old Dominion was. I think they're a much better team than Georgia Tech. I like it here. Washington State +3 at home over Oregon State. Everyone has it. You got to ride. Penn State -14.5 at home over Iowa. Surprisingly enough, 70% of the public on Iowa this game, which is weird to me. I think Penn State's playing out of their minds, so this is just a weird spot. I like Penn State a lot, though. Notre Dame plus 3.5 or 3 at home against Ohio State. USC, Arizona State over 62. Surprisingly low number for USC. I think it's because they think Arizona State won't score, but USC's defense is not that good. I like this point total a lot. I think there's like 70 or 80 points in this game. New Mexico State plus 3 at Hawaii. I hate Hawaii. I don't know anything about New Mexico State, but I always bet against Hawaii. And to round out my card, one of my favorite bets of the week, North Carolina minus 7.5 against Pittsburgh. Drake May continually is underappreciated. He throws interceptions this year. This is a new thing. He didn't throw picks last year. All of a sudden, he added this to his arsenal. 4 picks on the year so far through 3 games is not great, but when he's not throwing picks, he's throwing dimes. And he will throw dimes all over this Pitt team, which we've seen cannot do anything besides run up the middle. And UNC's D-line, the last time I checked, has done an unbelievable job this season. So
pretty good.
that's the pick to round out my card. I got around 20 picks, so we're going to see what we can do.
I love it. I love it. All right. So, hopping in, starting with NFL, keeping it small, keeping the percentages high. Gonna go with Browns minus 3. As Tyler had mentioned, I actually absolutely love this line. Like you said, everybody and their mother is on the Titans. But the Browns, without Nick Chubb, their backup, whoever this Ford guy is, mystery relevant until Monday night, he's a stud. Like, this guy can run the ball.
The Browns' offensive line is a stud.
Yep.
Okay.
Top 3.
That is actually a far better point than what I just said. Very true. Very, very true.
Agreed.
Regardless, regard me, Browns minus 3, great line. Next, over in the Jets-Patriots of 37.
2 for 2.
This is a trap line. There is 69% of the bets are on the under. That we love the over. We're good. No, this is where we diverge. Sorry. Actually, I was gonna add one more, but no.
Were those not on? Did you just add them when I was saying?
No, I swear to God.
Oh, good.
Lions minus 3 against the Falcons. I am all for Bijan to the promised land, but the Lions are absolutely excellent this year. Yeah, I to be honest, I'm impressed with their program, and
It's a good program.
I'm impressed with
Program.
Who did they play last week? What happened?
Well, I mean, they lost against the Seahawks, but
Yeah.
well, I think this is a bounce back week. I think that the Lions
For the program.
for the program
Versus the
I
2-0
think
team.
if the Lions don't lose to the Seahawks last week, I think the spread of this game becomes like Detroit minus 13 or
Against an
something.
undefeated
13, yeah, that's a
Just something like absolutely.
right.
That's a
just some
NFL
ballistics.
number.
Yeah.
That's doing the math there. It's math.
No, it's all right.
I
Keep it
was
rolling. Keep it rolling.
He's math. Let him go.
Anyways, last line for NFL is going to be Cowboys Cardinals over 43. This is a fade the public line, as only 33% are going to be on this over. Again, yeah, just fade the public.
Gotcha.
Public knows nothing. Going into the fun part of the week is college football. We have a lot of overlap here, bud.
Let's see it.
Let's
Oh,
hear
wait,
it.
what?
Start with the best one. Start with the best one.
First one is going to be Clemson plus 2. I actually love this bet so
Check
much.
one.
Second one is anti-Tyler because I'm going Michigan plus 20, or Michigan minus 24. Sorry, Harbaugh is back. This is the year that they start to just blow people out. It's not even a question. Yeah, Oregon minus 21, as Tyler said, is a massive bet for me. So it's not a massive bet for him, but it's still a massive bet for me. I love it, love it, love it. Ole Miss plus 7, love that. Bama's broken. This is actually really funny. This is really funny. I have UTSA plus 20.5.
Yes. Bang.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. We're gonna be ready. We should all put that.
I'm gonna have it right here.
Who are they playing?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, my God.
Yeah.
It's already on.
I had Tennessee last week. Tennessee was just full of disappointment.
Minus the whiteboard.
UTSA plus 20.5. LSU minus 17.5. I know that I shouldn't ever bet Brian Kelly, but I'm gonna bet Brian Kelly. Arkansas sucks.
They destroyed last week.
Yeah, and Arkansas sucks also.
Yeah.
UCLA plus 4.5, I believe.
He's giving us the kiss of death.
Dude, he literally is. Yeah.
Notre Dame plus 3.5. It's one of my
Yeah.
absolute favorites.
The only person
Congrats,
who
Owen.
He bet LSU.
No. Let him run it out.
Continue. Texas minus 14.5. I have to believe. This is one of those things This is one of those things for me where I don't know when I'm going to get an opportunity to ride the wave of one of my favorite teams bringing me into profit land. 3 years ago was Liverpool. Rode them out. They made me money, and now
jumped up out of teams.
and now it's Texas this year. Last week is the Army over, and that is it. Bang.
All right, Mike's out of breath.
Mike fell off his chair there. He's inhaling. All right, Mario.
All right.
Mario, go ahead.
I love this. I got a meaty card as well. We'll kick it off with NFL. When you're watching this game will have already happened, but this is just because they lost me my first mortal. San Francisco -10, it already hit.
All right, well,
Yeah.
that's not on the card.
No, it's not on the card.
Not on the card.
It already
You
hit.
gotta stop.
But it already hit.
When you watch it,
Jags -9.5. We're starting there. They covered this against the Colts, and Texans are much worse than the Colts.
Yeah,
So
I
should be easy. Saints +2. Love the spot. I think, as Tyler said, Jordan loves facing a real defense for once. And I mean, our offense is like on the cusp of being very good. We drove down every time against Carolina. We just couldn't find a way to get the ball in the end zone. I think we take care of business. Dolphins -6.5. Ravens -8. Chiefs +12.5. And Eagles -5.
Wait, did you say Chiefs plus 12?
Minus.
Okay.
And then Eagles -5. This year, the Bucks are like the Vikings last year. They're a fake undefeated team. They're not really good. Speeding through that so we can get into college football. I got a lot to say.
all right, get going.
I'm starting off. Well, first, I had to sit back and reevaluate. Why am I not winning college football? It's because some of my methods aren't up to par with my peers over here. So we're starting off the card with Air Force -3.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now this is gonna get the wheels going. We're gonna start winning now. Okay. We got Oklahoma -14.5.
Love it.
SMU +6.5.
Okay.
My hands are tied. Colorado +21. I don't love this, but I'm betting it.
Yeah, that's fair.
One unit,
right.
sprinkle. Mississippi, Alabama over. Maryland -7.5. Boston College +14. They look good last week.
Wow.
Tennessee -20.5.
Yep.
Georgia Tech +4. UCLA +4.5. Added this. Army, Syracuse over.
Yep.
Bing, bang, boom.
Love it.
South Carolina -6.5. LSU. I said I was off them, but they looked good last week. So now,
Back on.
they're unrelegated. They're back on the
convince
card. LSU -17.5. Washington State +3.5. Also the Washington State over 56. And a new section to my card, the nuke section.
Ooh,
I'm betting these as heavy as my mortals.
wow.
Whoa.
So I didn't mortal them, but I love these lines.
Okay.
In the nuke section, we got UNC -7.5.
Love it.
You know what? Add that to my card.
Add it to
UNC -7.5.
Boom.
Florida State -2. Sorry, Tyler. How
Bang.
do you do it? Penn State -14.5. And last but not least, Notre Dame +3.5.
Wow. Wow. Nuke Notre Dame plus
Nuke
the
Notre
nuke
Dame.
of a couple of the main games of the week.
Yeah.
That's
pretty-
dating both
I
me
love
and
that.
Tyler is very tough to do.
It's
Hey,
tough.
we'll see how it goes. So those are the cards. Huge
Wow.
cards
Wow.
this week. I mean, I think we just gave out in total over 100 games.
Yeah, probably.
Which is-
I would not be
I
surprised.
mean, where else are you getting 100 games in 20
It's
minutes?
like 120.
Nowhere else. That's why you tune in. But now we're getting to the big part. Let's go ahead and talk about our upsets, then our mortals. We are here, our best bets that we get in our show. Fire. And unfortunately, I'm not talking about the mortals. The mortals should be our highest percentage hitting bets.
Yeah.
But it is actually the upsets, and we're giving you plus money underdog. So
Yeah.
this is really where you want to be paying attention. Yeah, come on.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to start at
Listen
that end of the table with Mr. Mario, who is plus 4.65
Upset
units.
king.
You need to be betting these picks. Mario, who are we riding this week?
This week is actually a special week because it's such a huge week for college football and football in general. Just a great week for football. I made an executive decision. I'm giving you guys an upset in NFL and college football.
Okay.
The NFL upset of the week is Titans plus 140.
Oh,
First the Browns. Browns are going to struggle. Titans, Derrick Henry's going to run all over them.
Yep.
For college football, SMU plus 205 over TCU. So
Sneaky
sneaky.
TCU again.
Love that.
Back to back upset week.
And that's what we got for the upsets this week.
No, I love it.
Alright,
You fade TCU every week, you're gonna make some money.
You do, yeah.
Wait a second.
Mr. That was his first, the one he hit plus 650.
No, it's
Yeah,
He's fading TCU.
Yeah.
You gotta fade it.
And
He
go
hates
back to
this-
what works.
Yeah,
You
go back to the
actually
well.
did, yes.
Go back to the well.
Yeah.
I love
Michael,
that.
what is our upset of the week?
So my upset of the week is a game that I already previously said that I love so much. It's going to be the Notre Dame plus 135 money line. I think they could do it. Like I said, at home underdog. They're not given enough credit right now. Sam Hartman's that guy. OSU sucks. Ryan Day always finds a way to lose. He's a notorious loser.
He literally last podcast said Sam Hartman's not that good. Like verbatim.
No, I
Tyler
know.
goes, what are you talking
Pull
about?
up the clip.
No, he just
No, it's true.
he flipped. Now he's good. You weren't familiar with his game.
I wasn't familiar
You
with
watched it.
It's,
Yeah.
I already explained myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't need to explain myself.
He's now become familiar.
Don't make him explain himself.
Yeah. Thank God, Jesus. He reads all I understand.
Bang! Notre Dame plus 135.
Notre Dame plus 135. I'm 0 for 3 on my upsets. It's because I'm swinging for the fences on these ones. I'm giving you like plus 250s and above. I threw in a plus 600 or 700 week 1. But this week my hands are tied. I'm flying out to Clemson, South Carolina to go back to the best university in the United States where I attended and graduated. As a proud alumni, I have to represent Clemson plus 120 with my upset of the week. I will be there. Go Tigers. Let's get a win. I love it.
All right. Ooh. All right. I'm going to go with a nice little sneak bet. I'm just going to go Auburn here. I have Auburn. I have Auburn at plus 235 against Texas A&M. They beat them last year. It was all a defensive game. Texas A&M has Wegman back. He's the middest quarterback, if not a bad quarterback in all of college football. Auburn has a sneaky good defense and they have a really good run game, and they're undefeated this year. People are sleeping on them. I think they go and take this plus 235 and beat up Texas A&M.
Ooh. Tate, round us out.
Like Tyler, baby. We're going to go back to plus 165 line like I've hit the last 2 weeks in a row.
That's your number.
This is my number, and when I saw it, I just had to hammer it. UCLA, baby, plus 165.
Wait, no way. Oh, that's destiny.
I'll be betting that.
Yeah, I actually.
My hands are tied.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The fact that you've hit plus 165 back-to-back weeks, this is for
And then
3 in a
your
row,
team
and
is
it's
plus
your
one.
team.
That's a sign.
That is a
Yeah.
sign. You can't see more of a sign than that.
I'm
That's
gonna
crazy.
smash that
Hands are
one.
tied.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I'm 2-1, by the way, so.
yeah, 2-1, 2-1. Mario plus 4.5 units. Ryan's even. I'm down bad on these. But go Tigers. All right, mortal time, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hit this parlay.
Bang.
Welcome to everyone's favorite part of the show, the Mortal Locks and the subscriber picks parlay. You know, that thing where we give you a free roll every single week on our picks. 3 weeks ago, we were 4-1.
Oh.
We were literally, I think it was like half a point or like 2 points away from paying you out a bunch of money. The tides have shifted in the last 2 weeks. We've been 1-4 each of the last 2 weeks, and we are officially in the relegation zone. Tate will not be participating in this week's Mortal Lock parlay, but he will give a Mortal Lock in order to get out of the relegation.
Gotta get back. You gotta get back.
We're gonna start on that end with Mario. Do a 4-team parlay for the subscriber picks parlay, and Tate will give you his mortal as well, so we can keep track of all the records. But the parlay will be Mario, Michael, myself, and Ryan.
Bang.
Go ahead, Mario. Let us know what your mortal is.
My mortal this week will be the Seahawks minus 5.5 against the Panthers.
Ooh,
I
That's
like that
spice.
line.
That's spice. They looked so good last week. Yeah, looked
I
good
like
last week. Love the way they're looking on offense. They're finally clicking. Like Ryan said, this is kind of like a redemption for their 12-man back at home. So let's go Hawks.
all right, Seahawks. Michael.
So I'm going to go back to the overs for my mortal. Gonna go against the public here again with the Browns and the Titans over 39. There is only 39% of bettors that are on this line. Like I said previously, I do think the Browns have a running back that is able to produce, and regardless if it's a running back or their offensive line, I think they're still going to be able to get yardage on the ground. The Titans, as Mario and Ryan said, still have Derrick Henry to absolutely run everywhere and anywhere. I think there's going to be touchdowns. I'm pretty sure there's going to be points. Over 39 seems very, very low. Take it, hammer it. This is my biggest bet of the week.
All right, love it.
I told you earlier in the show that we're going to hold off on the Penn State-Iowa game. And on my card, I gave you the Penn State minus 14.5. So obviously, I'm picking a side on the total.
Yeah.
And it was not one of the sides mentioned on anyone's cards.
Damn it.
Oh,
Our moral lock this
no.
week, Penn State, Iowa, over 40 points. Let me tell you why. I've been going with the picks that get everyone hyped. The game of the years, the flashy games, the Shador, you're showing your watches, you're running around, you're in the Rolls Royce, you're in the Phantom. These are the sexy games. People love betting Wake Forest. Who doesn't love, but you know what's not sexy? Taking an Iowa over.
Ooh.
No one wants to bet this gritty Big Ten Iowa Penn State over. But you know, that's why I'm going to take it. Because I have that dog in me. This is my relegation week. This is a line in the sand. Iowa have never been relegated before. I was one of the only people last year when we were keeping track who didn't get relegated. So this game means a whole lot to me. I do not really like Iowa this year. I'm scared they might score 0 points. But I have faith in Penn State. I've completely flipped my position on Penn State from bad team to potential national championship winner. I love this over. You see over 50 points in this game. The over's at 40. Bet it. Line in the sand.
Wow.
Yeah.
On my card is an under.
Wow.
That's a tough one. But we'll see.
I think Mario had the under.
I had the under.
No,
Everyone, everyone has the under. I love it.
No, he had the under in mine as well. I was talking about. Sorry.
Everyone has the under. I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
My big thing is when you're back against the wall like this, you know what I mean? You gotta go with the best.
Yeah.
Sometimes people like picking the best teams, or sometimes the best teams crumble. Sometimes people like picking the best coaches, but the best coaches crumble. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the best player in all of college football. This minus 35 USC bet is a lock against Arizona State. Arizona State lost 29-0 to Fresno State.
Oh, wait.
29-0. They got shut out 29-0 to Fresno State. This bet will hit at half, and then they will not score. It might be 36-0, 38-0, and they still won't score. And USC will just score a touchdown or score whatever they want at the end of the game. This is going to be a freaking murder. Even if USC's defense is worse than it was in the past weeks, which is not as bad as Fresno State, they give up 3 points. I mean, it's going to be a murder. It's going to hit at half. I love this. I love betting on the best player. Arizona State's best only win this year is against Southern Utah. They won by 3. Southern Utah is a Division III team.
It's a good game.
All I'm saying is that this is an amazing bet. You bet the best player in college football, you're going to get results. This will be an absolute murder. Love it.
Wow.
I love that.
Love it.
I love it.
So your parlay, real quick, the subscriber picks parlay. You have Seahawks.
Minus 5.5.
You have the over in the Titans
39.
Browns. The over Penn State Iowa.
40.
And you have USC minus 35.5.
Bang.
If those 4 bets hit, we are going to be paying you $665.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Free roll for you.
Wait, $665.
$665.
When I had my upset, Colorado, it was plus 665.
Oh, these numbers are numbered.
Oh
It's
my
a
gosh.
sign.
Everything's aligning this week.
Everything's
The
aligning.
stars are aligning.
This is a week to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you.
That could buy you a steak.
We're going to remind you to subscribe and like, but just go ahead and do it before Tate gets his
let's do
pick.
it.
Relegation pick, back against the wall. He's got to get out of the relegation zone. Tate, what is your immortal? You're not in the parlay, but we need your mortal.
Dig out of that hole, kid.
No,
Show
I'm getting back this week. It's not even going to be a sweat. This is literally, this line is absolutely hilarious. We're going to go with LSU against Arkansas over 55.5.
Ooh.
LSU is on an absolute tear after that Florida State game. They're putting up points. Not to mention Arkansas's last 3 games, 28, 31, 56 points. I mean, this is gonna hit so easily. I need to rely on Arkansas putting up 2 touchdowns, and it's not like LSU is some special, super talented defensive team. No, Arkansas is going to compete with them. It's going to be an easy over 55.5. Malik Neighbors is going to have a big game again. Jaden Daniels carry me to the over. It's just such an easy way.
Get back in. Get back into the fight.
I'm going to be back in next week.
LSU overs. Can't go wrong.
Back against the wall, you're betting on Brian Kelly.
Bang.
I love it.
that.
Love it.
Get him to the promise zone.
Yep.
I feel like when I said that, you weren't as confident.
Well, I mean, Arkansas can win 55-0. I mean, it doesn't matter.
That's fair enough.
Doesn't matter to me.
Points.
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 You heard it here. I said $665. All you have to do, subscribe to the videos, like, and throw a comment down there. Let us know what you think. The audio is going to be better next week. I promise you.
Yeah.
So you'll got to make sure to tune in. If you haven't seen the Wednesday video, go ahead and check it. That's our recap. Tate, before we close, tell the people, remind them again what they need to do.
I mean, I think you know what to do.
Oh.
Like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and put on that notification bell, baby, because you need to know when we're posting.
Degen hours. We'll see you next week.
And then you big bang boom!
Personal.